Well, here's a guy who takes on deadly snakes, wild rivers, and drug runners for a living, but perfectly lovely drug runners, says Charlie Hamilton James, photographer and filmmaker, bringing some of your stories, many of your photographs to the Perot Museum tonight, which is exciting for us, probably boring for you.
No, it's my first time in Dallas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and apparently, according to my grandma, Dallas was named after our ancestors.
Oh,
she was
seriously?
Joan Dallas. So I went on Wikipedia, and turns out it's probably not true.
Probably not. Well, welcome anyway. So when you come and you bring these road shows in, a lot of photographs, and people who would attend these things at the Perot want to see the wonderful photographs, but you get to tell stories as well. What part of the world are we talking about tonight?
Okay, so we're going to do three things. First, I'll do a little bit from Africa, because I go there a lot. And then I'm going to do a bit about Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks, so here in the States. And then the big chunk is actually about the Amazon in Peru, where I spend far too much time.
You spend a lot of your time down there and taking photographs for Nat Geo and for just anybody who's going to buy them, basically. But
yeah, no, I just did a story for National Geographic about indigenous people and animals in Peru in July.
They don't set you loose to just say, go take some pictures and send them back to us. You got to come up, you have to come up and propose, or they propose, a story that is to be told by those photographs.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Peru story in the Amazon, it's the national park I was working in. It's called Manu National Park. It's the most biodiverse place in the world. There's more different species of animals there than anywhere else. You know, there's 10% of all the bird species in the world live in one national park.
Yeah.
You know, that's amazing. That's the Amazon for you. So I'll pitch a story like that, and then we'll go out and we'll shoot it. But it takes ages. It's like 2 years, those stories in production.
And how much time are you actually spending down? You're living in some fairly primitive conditions down there, not like the nice hotel the Perot's putting you up at.
No, I mean, I get cockroaches, frogs, snakes, all these things in my hotel room.
Or
a lot of mosquitoes.
Or tent, or whatever, whatever else.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting.
You have a story that Charlie tells in a very low-key manner about thinking you were going to do something noble. You bought some rainforest and said, I'm going to protect this patch of rainforest in Peru from logging and from mining and from farming, and it's just going to remain wild. And it was wild in a way you didn't expect.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it over the phone from the UK. A friend of mine phoned me up. I said, we need to protect this land, can you buy it? I said, yes. And I went there, and I discovered actually what I'd bought was an area of logged land, and in the middle of it was an illegal coca plantation, which is the raw ingredient for cocaine.
So somebody's making cocaine on your pristine,
yeah, they were,
you thought, not so pristine land.
Yeah.
And you had to politely ask them to move on?
Well, I didn't, and I couldn't, and that's what I'm going to talk about tonight.
That is going to be a lot of fun. Coming up at the Perot Museum, we have a link with more information on some remarkable stories, including one right here at Yellowstone in this country. Tonight at the Perot Museum, a National Geographic Live lecture starts at 7. A link with more details on fox4news.com. And then he asked impolitely, and the guy still didn't leave. So, thanks for coming in.